Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Where do we see the overall market going, the entire stock market, and the entire crypto market, okay? As you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell in the bottom corner, all right? So I'm going to play a video, and good people, you know, Mr. Tom Lee, I call him a perma bull, but you know what? He called 2023 right, and he called Q4 right, and he's been calling it right? So I want you to listen real carefully to the information he's about to share with us.
A little bit. Big numbers get bigger faster. That compounding.
That's right.
And you think there's that, but there's also this massive wave of people about to enter their peak earnings years.
Yeah, so it's a
demographics.
Exactly. It's a demand story, meaning when you get to your prime years, 30 to 50, Urban Institute shows you start to borrow more money. You're making big life decisions. This is what powers the economy. On top of that, we have really a big opportunity for U.S. technology companies because of AI, which is supplying the global digital labor because there's a global labor shortage. So these two forces are combining to, I think, power almost a decade of extraordinarily good stock returns.
Do you have a view? Is this because we're the United States? I mean, and do you expect that a lot of money from around the world, because China's got massive demographic issues, Germany shot itself in the foot with all of its energy problems. Will we be helped by a lot of money coming into America, or does that have nothing to do with it?
It's actually both. I think that there's going to be a lot of dollars spent on U.S. technology product because the world is short 80 million workers by the end of this decade. That's roughly $3 trillion of labor shortage, of labor salary that's turning into silicon.
So he goes on to tell you and lay out all of this about GDP growing and the S&P 500 tripling, not to 55, but to 15, okay? Not to 5,500, but to 15, triple where it is now. And so that's why, if you look at this picture, you look at his face, that's why they asked him, was he drunk? Man, that was so wrong. All right, so they treat him so wrong. Mr. Tom Lee, you're welcome to come on to this show. We'll treat you right, you know. So that's what we're looking at. Now, could it happen? Yes, it could happen. Am I that bullish? I can't see out that far. I wouldn't know, you know, and that's extremely bullish. But he sees brighter futures ahead. Now, we're expecting a pullback first. Yeah. Is that a straight line up? No. But that means that if that happens, we are going to be filthy rich. All right. I'm going to make so much money because I'm going to be looking at chips and the right type of chips that is going to further bolster AI, because we're not going to get there without AI. Two things is going to bring us there: AI and crypto and blockchain technology. That's how we are going to get there. And they're actually working hand in hand in a lot of situations, okay? So I ran across this. You know what? Let me make a case for crypto right now. Well, let's look at this, right? This came up, I showed it earlier. Hut 8, which is a Bitcoin mining company, announces 150 million strategic investment from this company, to partner in building the next generation AI infrastructure platform. Now, they need to have GPUs, right? And what they have is these massive warehouses of computing power, which AI needs. So, but now they have to change out the type of chips that they're going to be used, the type of computers, but they have the infrastructure already set, okay? And so that is what's going on with the marriage between AI and Bitcoin and crypto, right? I got another video, and we're going to look at a few of them. I want you guys to listen to this and see how Bitcoin is going to partner in that growth.
And a growing number of Bitcoin miners are retrofitting their massive facilities to help meet that need. Now, publicly traded firms like Core Scientific, Hut 8, Bit Digital, and Hive have all launched AI operations. They're looking to beef up their revenue streams after the halving back in April cut rewards paid out to Bitcoin miners by 50%. Now, Core, which emerged from bankruptcy in January, tells CNBC that it's been diversifying beyond Bitcoin for about 5 years now.
Yeah, the best way to think about Bitcoin mining facilities is that we are essentially powered shells to the data center industry. And so the retrofit back to HPC is actually much easier than one would think. And so there are components that we have to purchase to retrofit for HPC, but it's things that we can easily acquire.
So you guys remember when we had him on the show and he said that they were diversifying, and that was a red flag to some of us, but now we know he was making the right move at the right time. Let's further listen.
Pivoting from Bitcoin mining to AI isn't as simple as repurposing existing infrastructure. It means swapping out ASICs, so the processors purpose-built for crypto mining, and replacing them with GPUs. Digital asset fund manager CoinShares said in a report that even though AI operations demand up to 20 times the capital expenditure compared to Bitcoin mining, they're currently more capital efficient and profitable. Companies like Hive and Hut 8 are seeing a positive impact on their revenue structures. Currently, Bit Digital derives 27% of its revenue from AI. Hut 8 at 6% and Hive at 4%, guys.
So you guys saw that. Bit Digital, 27% of their revenue through AI. That is huge. Now, this gentleman is going to ask her some more questions. Let's listen.
There's certainly been a lot of talk about the power demand that number one, AI does, but number two, that Bitcoin mining brings. Are the two sort of compounding that problem? In other words, when they get together, AI and Bitcoin, you have kind of a multiplier effect on the power grid demand and the problems it could cause.
Yeah, it's a great question. And energy demand is still something that these miners are perfecting. I will say a lot of them are looking at using clean energy simply because it's the cheapest in many markets. An industry report estimates that the Bitcoin network is actually 55% powered by sustainable electricity. Miners also say another benefit of their business is that they can power down if demand is high. The Core CEO says that they're actually already working with the grid to figure out how certain AI applications can periodically be shut off to cut energy use. Meanwhile, new data out today, and to your point, Tyler, finds that data centers could use up to 9% of the U.S.'s power by 2030. That's more than double what it is today. So tapping into nuclear energy is seen by many as the answer to meeting that demand. Bitcoin miner TeraWulf runs on nuclear, and they're another big mining name jumping into powering machine learning.
So the Bitcoin miners are starting to get new life. They're starting to create revenues in spaces that they never have before. So we're going to be looking and investing in those at the right time. Yet again, remember, we made a killing off of those Bitcoin miners. OK, so, you know, Hut 8 had a little pop up, as we saw. If we look on the earlier chart, it was up actually about 5% today, a little bump, but it wasn't a big news. Most people didn't even know about it. But my point with the overall stock market, Tom Lee being so bullish, and then another 20 trillion in to GDP, but we're talking about the S&P, Mr. Tom Lee, to like, instead of 5,500, we're talking about 15. We're talking about 3 times the amount. That's really, really, really bullish. Now, even if we get half of that by 2030, we're still going to make a lot of money. All right. So we're going to be looking at who else is going to do what NVIDIA has done. Now, it's just like finding the next Apple or finding the next NVIDIA. No one is going to replace it, but just because these companies have moats around it, especially like NVIDIA, NVIDIA alone will not be able to meet the compute demand that is necessary for this growth. So they have a moat around them now, but other companies will start to close in. And we need to look at the chip companies the ones that are GPU specific. Start putting those on your list. We're going to start looking at more Bitcoin mining companies and when is a good time to get back in. Of course, crypto also too. I believe that crypto will actually start to do better. I don't care where it is now. Once interest rates start to lower, that's one of the things that crypto does need. Crypto performs well with lower interest rates. Now, we don't have to wait until we have 5 interest rate cuts. I believe that crypto will start to do better soon as Jerome Powell says we're going to start cutting rates on this date. And I believe that that's going to clear a path for crypto to go higher. All right. Look, guys, I'm going to be taking this show on the road. I'm not doing any meet and greets. I'm going to come to the Louvre for a minute for a convention, AIM convention, for those of you that know what that is. So I'm just attending. But listen, on the way out, make sure you check out the Moomoo link. Just download it. Just put $1,000 in there. And even if you don't know what you're going to get yet, get the 15 free fractional shares and then get 8.1% on your uninvested money. And then if you want to know how we do, listen, you want to win with stocks and crypto, that's Stock Up You, stocks, crypto, options, all in one class. You literally can go down and check out every lesson in here. Now, if you want to pay for the class and you want to pay like $21 or $24 a month, then just go to the class on checkout. You look for payment and just look for Affirm, Afterpay, or Klarna. And you could buy now and pay later. Okay. So check those links out below and pray for me as I travel. But hey, I'm still going to be keeping my hand on the pulse and keeping you guys fed. We'll see you maybe later today, but definitely tomorrow. Live, love, laugh, and learn.